Oh man, we got Goodie Mob here, and we got Schoolboy Q who's on deck. You got any questions at MTV Rapfix? Use the hashtag RapFixLive. We do a thing called Pass the Mic, where we have another artist ask the question, because sometimes artists have the better questions. All right, and here's Fat Joe with Pass the Mic.
Oh,
you know, when I first came out and I did Flow Joe, whether it was gonna be a smash hit or not, I knew that when Spanish kids looked at it, they were gonna relate. And they were gonna be like, you know, like, wow, yo, he's talking like us. Did you guys feel the same way when you came out? Because it was all East Coast rap and West Coast rap dominating, and y'all came out boom, 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 boom. Did you feel like ATL was gonna be like, yo, they look like me, they rap like me, yeah? I mean, that's my Rap Fix question for the Goodie Mob.
Thank you, Fat Joe.
oh man,
Peace, bro.
we love Fat Joe. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, when we met him, it was Fat Joe the gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I remember them days.
yo, one of our first, I mean, it may have been our first show here. We had only come to New York twice. We came with Outkast with that, and they did a listening party with Big. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so we was real close.
Biggie.
Yeah.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we went, and there was a young lady by the name of Grandma Funk. Y'all remember her?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we did her venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, you know, this may be a little incriminating, but like, you know, it definitely validates, you know what I'm saying, like Joe being all OG. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was coming up along like a high, it was a staircase. It was, you know, it was like that. You know, he was at the top throwing a motherfucker down the stairs.
You can't curse, man. You like on TV, man. Come on, see. What are you doing, man? Come on, man. Reel up, baby, reel up. Go back, rewind.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
And me out. I'm sorry. I'm just, you know.
And remember that when y'all do these verses. All right, go ahead.
He just gave me that vibe. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to put him out there like that, but
okay.
it's just it's a great story.
And he was
man.
throwing people down? What do you mean?
Nah, I'm talking about whoever the dude. Whatever the dude did, he ain't do it no more, and at least not that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think he was straightening out a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and we ain't have no personal qualms about it, because you just never know what he did to deserve it.
Yeah, and then that's how you met Fat Joe.
That's how we met him.
All right, and it's been cool ever since, right?
We real cool.
Real
with
cool.
OG, yeah.
All right, and really quick, you know, his question basically was,
That's a terrible story. I shouldn't
you
have told
know, how did you feel? You know, did you think people, you know, were going to be accepting of what Goodie Mob was doing, or around the country, or what was your thoughts?
Man, you know, go ahead, T.
I think we feel like we kind of warmed them up a little bit with our introduction on Southern Playlistic Cadillac Music, with me and Cujo being on Call of the Wild, and Cee-Lo and my main man's Big Gip was on featured on Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something. And you know, that album sold a lot of records. You know, it went platinum, and that was like one of the first records from the South, you know, representing hip-hop from the South, to sell 1 million records. And we knew that was a big thing. That was a big accomplishment for the crew. And, you know, we had just signed with LaFace, so we did kind of think that it was the time for something new.
Yeah.
And people were wanting something new at that particular time. Did we know it was going to be this big? No, we didn't. I can't predict the future, but I can definitely say we felt like the warmth and the heat was on our side. Cee-Lo just got Rap of the Month. You know what I mean? So we felt like people were open.
The cover did Rhyme of the Month, the Source magazine.
That's like winning a Grammy.
Yeah, I got one of my first trap for that for that verse on Get Up, Get Out, man. Yeah.
What was more important, winning your first Grammy or winning that? That.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so new in the game, I didn't even have a picture for them to use for it.
Wow, that's
One thing too, Sway, I can remember us being in New York with Outkast, and man, it's like the whole place booed us.
Yeah,
I mean, just straight booed us. And I think that's when Dre said the South got something to say. After that, man, we just went straight hard, man.
Yeah,
we represented for Georgia, man. I mean, Atlanta is that, but we represented for the whole section of Georgia. And that's why I think that they still love us to this day, because we stood up for them.
Yeah.
But we were also trendsetting and you know and innovating our own identities as well. And so, like, even in the liner notes of Still Standing, which was our second album, you know, Cujo came up with something called a slumptionary. So, like, you know, they had slang. I didn't even, like, Cujo say stuff I ain't never heard before. I mean, like, you know, so he just like an E40 or something like that. Like, you know, just slanguage. So like, he came up with a slumptionary. So like, I can't say all of Atlanta, talk the way that we did and dress the way that we did. But like, if anything, we were encouraging them to be themselves as well.
Let me ask you this. I can't let you go because you're the closest thing to Andre 3000 that we have right now.
Yeah.
Dre is Dre, one of the most gifted to ever pick up a mic. It's been rumored that he's in the studio recording a solo project. Anybody know that to be true?
I just heard give him a right. They released a formal statement today saying it wasn't true.
It wasn't true.
Well, take the mic. So it's not true.
Yeah, he just I just believe that he just released a formal statement saying it's not true. But one thing that we know about 3000, whenever somebody see him doing something, they run and tell the press, he always say I ain't doing it, or I deny that. You know what I mean? He always looking for the surprise.
Yeah.
I know that he put up a video not too long ago. He was in the studio with Mike Will.
Yeah.
So I know he doing something. That's old Possum right there, man. He'll be all right.
Now,
Possum Jenkins, that's his name.
But seeing you guys together, you think that have y'all ever talked to Outkast about, man, when y'all going?
We with them.
Fans.
Yeah. So have
fans of each
y'all
other.
said anything to him? Like, when y'all
All
gonna
the
get it back
time.
together?
I went and sat with Dre. I went and sat with him at his house, and like, actually, you're right. Like, we like twin brothers. I'm just like the chubby, cuddly one.
Yeah.
Nah. We both Geminis and all that. But like, I've known Dre since the 3rd grade. And he was just on my spirit really heavy to just reach out to him and speak to him, because I'm just like, yo, if anybody would understand, if there's anything like any emotion or anything you want to express, like I could really understand. You know what I mean? Like, in the whole Gemini thing, the conflicting twins and the dual personalities. I'm just like, I mean, I've gone through that struggle to find a secured sense of self too. Like, it's been the plight, of an existence for me. You know what I mean? Like, so, you literally have had to talk to yourself on many occasions. So, with that being said, I'm like, yo, like, I get it. I'm just like, whatever it is. I'm saying, like, like, I want to just be your friend. Like, remember, you got friends, you got brothers. I'm saying, like, but I guess it really wasn't that serious. But he just said he had a severe case of stage fright, and it just kind of been away from the game, and didn't know if he could really truly live up. I just feel like I'm just talking too much, so much personal stuff, but
yeah.
I hope you don't mind. But just really just saying he was bothered by, this bar that had been set, and maybe he want to do something different, and he'll always be his worst competition, worst critic, and maybe he don't want to live up to what people think he should do, or this, that, and the other. Maybe he want to play the ukulele and play the saxophone and do whatever he want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and quite frankly, he's rich enough for all of the above to be recreational. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So let me just speak on his behalf like that and respect him like that. And it'll all happen in his time. But like, he's exceptional and has always been ahead of his time anyway. So like, anything he decided to do, if it's next year or the year after that, we'll still be catching up with what's on his mind.
And in the meantime, you can always just go back and listen to his work, because
No
everything
doubt.
you hear, man, he's so ahead of his time. But that's the best response I've heard in years. And I really ask that question for fans, you know what I mean? But I as you get older and you evolve, so you may not want to do the same things people remember you for the same way.
I'm telling y'all all kind of real life
Yeah.
occurrences and events, man. Like, have been bringing us together here recently. So I know something special is happening. As y'all know, Dre just recently lost his mother. The next, and 2 weeks later, I lost my grandmother.
Sorry
You know what I'm
to
saying?
hear
So,
Yeah.
these kind of things have been having us kind of communicating on a real level, just stripped down. It's just like, yo, how you feeling? What's up with you? This, that, and the third. So I was excited to hear that he wanted to do, something new, because I actually said it in the press. Like, yo, I hope that this encourages art from him. Get angry enough to do something constructive. You know what I'm saying? Like,